Professor Andriotis, the concept of degrowth in the tourist industry, can you explain us?
Actually, in the tourism industry, I would say that it's a new concept. It has not applied up to now, although it has been applied in other disciplines like economics or environmental studies. In tourism, it's something new. That's why a lot of even academics that they deal with tourism development, they don't even know about it. Let's explain now what is it. It's I would say that as a concept is revolutionary. It's something new. It's something against capitalism. I'm Greek. The Greek cities now they face serious problems with economic crisis. Everywhere in the world we face environmental problems. So it's like a protest against capitalism as a way to overcome some problems and to generate new jobs in the tourism industry, because according to growth you have to work less, you have to respect the environment, you should not travel long distances, because if you travel a lot it means that you are going to exploit the environmental resources, and some associated concepts like you are against materialism from the point of view you don't prefer large hotels, but you prefer small accommodation establishments which they are owned by locals, so the incomes from tourists they stay in the local community.
Yeah. More or less you have explained how it looks like in the practice, but you had made your own research at some small island in a faraway part of European continent. So what was your research in fact?
The cost of the growth can apply. I believe I can apply it mainly in remote areas. Okay, let's say it's difficult to do something like this in Belgrade because it's an urban area. So I've chosen as case study Gavdos. Gavdos is a very small island with only 55 inhabitants. It's actually the southernmost point of Europe, and nobody knows the island. The reason that I did it because I visited the place once, and I've seen that the growth is a way to support the local community. There are only a small number of locals there. There are only 55 people, and they did not have any other sources of income. The only source of income was limited agricultural production and tourism. So these tourists that they're visiting a place, and they don't usually stay in hotels. They camp in the sea, next to the beach, and what they do most of the time, they cook themselves, they swim, and they socialize themselves. They bring income to the local community. So this was a way to keep the local population in this area instead of moving in another area. So I think that the growth can be applied in destinations, in places where they're quite remote and they don't have any alternatives of development, but they have rich nature. Rich natural and cultural resources.
Can we say that the whole concept of degrowth is reaction on a current global economic crisis?
Of course, there are people that they are forced to do it. They are forced to do it because they don't have the money, they don't have the income, the resources to go on holidays in large-scale hotels. Okay, so the young generation, a lot of young people, they don't have any stable job. It means that the only way to go on holidays is to camp. So from the demand side, there are some people that they are forced to do it. On the other point of view, the population, they have to find some alternative incomes. And the growth can bring alternative incomes. Let's say the last year in Greece and some other parts of the world, in Spain, Italy, the people that they moved to the city, as they went to the cities in order to find job, now that they're unemployed, they go back to their villages in order to get involved in agriculture or provide tourism service and so on. So it's a result of the economic crisis that they faced a lot of countries the last year. But it's not only the economic crisis, it's the problem with the environment that is getting polluted all the time. So it's a way to reduce pollution.
Good. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.